Hello everybody, Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas. Gonna do a little video for you today. I think you're gonna find it real interesting. I'm gonna take you outside and I'm gonna show you some things that I found that I think is probably connected to the rigging of this home with the hidden underground access and then used for the burglary, theft, murders by the hundreds and thousands. And then keep in mind that it's not just my home, but homes all over the United States are rigged with hidden access, and so this is just a huge crime ring, big deal. And but I think you're going to really find this video interesting. Let's go outside. Alrighty, already got Bella put up in the backyard, and that way I don't have to worry about her getting out. Got the gate open. Okay, and I'm in my backyard right now, and I think I'm gonna take you out here in the alley first. That way I can shut that door. Hey, that gate. One thing, I knew people were getting in my house. This was a long process of discovery and trying to figure out what's going on, and just looking for anything that's out of the ordinary, different, to show that something is going on here, has gone on here. Well, let me show you what I found right here on this wall. I'm going to show you here. Separates the residential, the commercial. On the other side of this wall is the Midland Home Depot store. You can look that up on Google Maps. Look up my address, 3802 Fair Circle, and zoom in, look around, whatever. And but I want to show you the foundation right here. I'm trying to get my shadow out of it. You can see where it's a different level there, and so what's happened is this has been dug out right here. I believe it's been tunneled under. I'm going to show you how far that goes right here. This new piece of concrete on top right there comes right down to here, okay, on this side, and you can see it here where it's right in the middle of the support column. Okay, so right there, the whole row of bricks missing. See how that's the support column. There's an entire row of bricks missing from this whole section. So it's real clear that section from where I showed you right there on the other side of the telephone pole to right here had been dug out, and they poured concrete. And right here you can see it looks like maybe they poured concrete on top of the concrete. And so I suspect that might have something to do when when this was being rigged with hidden underground access. Also, on this telephone pole right here, it looks like it got hit with the backhoe. Backhoe went boom and hit it, and at the time it cut the ground wire. They had to fix it. And so I believe that the power company probably has a work order in their records of when they had to fix this right here, when that ground line got cut, and maybe when this backhoe was digging this out right here so they could put in their human trafficking murder tunnels for the oil show parties and all that stuff, and burglary and theft and all that stuff, all their crimes, their real estate, gain property by terrorism crimes, Anyway, they hit that. And so I think that's evidence. I think this whole section in there is evidence there. Let's walk on down a little bit. This is, of course, my house. We come out of the backyard, and in my backyard, when you look at Google Maps, that's where it's believed one of the 4 3-bedroom underground homes are. I recorded a woman saying that there was an underground home there, that there's 4 3-bedroom underground homes, cost $1 million a piece, and Another woman said they're finished 1987. They had a budget of 7.35 million. She called it the Safe House Project. I recently told Sheriff candidate Joe Lozano this, and he told me that Sheriff Painter used to hide out down there. That was Painter's hide. Out. Here's another telephone pole. On the other side of this wall is you can see there's a tree missing right there. That tree was taken out in 2014, 2015. See all them trees all the way down? All the trees here? Missing tree right here. On the other side of the wall is two side-by-side manholes. Okay, that's interesting. One thing I noticed was this coax cable, okay? Followed it down, goes into the ground, nobody knows where it goes. It's a sudden link, okay? I contacted Home Depot, and they said we don't have a sudden link at our business. And then I traced all the lines out, and all these go to the houses from above ground. So that one goes into the ground and nobody knows where it goes to. I think it goes over here to my backyard where that underground home is at. And that's where I believe the oil show parties were at. And that's where that little girl was murdered at. If it wasn't here, it's one of the other, I told there was 4 homes total. The dogs are barking, so I'm having to talk over them. And so, anyways, I think it's September 22nd, 2014, I had taken pictures of that coax cable going underground, and then I noticed the sudden link showed up, and I come out here in the alley and I talked to them. I got a picture of it, and they told me they got a disconnect notice. So that gives you a paper trail to tell you who was paying for for that sudden link underground cable TV internet. Like I said, I think it goes to the underground home that's buried in the backyard here, 25 foot deep. Okay. So let's go over there and look at that. I was watering the dogs. Water's running. So I showed this before. You can see there that big depression in the backyard right there, and that's right. And this whole right here is the area where it's believed that one of the 4 underground homes were at. And also I've showed this before, where it says dugout, that the foundation is buried like 1 foot to 1.5 foot deep over the entire property. Actually, where that depression is, that's the original level, and everything around it has been added. And I believe that come from the tunnel basement building. Okay, finished in 1987, cost $7.35 million, and all that stuff. Okay, tell you one other thing here. I want to shut my back gate. I'll have to work on that. There's the Bella dude. I don't want her to run around the neighborhood. When I first moved in here, this side, the west side of my lawn, I noticed a death smell over here every time it'd warm up. And I would later, like in 2013, I wrote the Odessa Crime Stoppers and the Odessa American and suggested somebody come over here and look, and maybe Rini Escobar Sanchez is buried over here. He's a still missing man from Odessa, went missing 3 months before Mike Lawhon died, the previous homeowner, and I moved here, transferred into town as the next unsuspecting, homeowner. And so anyways, they never looked, and the guy confessed to his murder. They never found the body. There's a whole nother story about that. But when I was first looking at this home, they did the inspections. We got to replace the gas line, and so I can't do nothing about that, So we split the cost between the seller and the buyer, and the seller at the time was Sarah Lawhon, the widow. Okay, she had dropped the price $35,000 and offered the home to me after Mike died. I was later told I was chosen to buy this home, and I think Sarah knows something about it with that huge drop in price. But either way, we split the cost for the gas pipe to be replaced. So they dug all this out and they replaced this gas pipe. I want to show you this. It's just something I later found, I thought was interesting. Okay, and so right here, how's that for a Mugabe gas pipe? That thing's about 2 inches, the biggest gas pipe I ever seen. I'm in the gas business, I'm going into a private home, and I've made videos about that before. And then I was just recently noticed this, that a woman that used to own my home, Brandy Merrill Price, she's the one that sold it to Mike and Sarah Lawhon. She lived across the street over at the house down there that what I call the Conaway home. It was the home that used to be owned by the brother-in-law of U.S. Congressman Mike Conaway. So Brandy Merrill married Daniel Price, and they lived in that home when I first moved in. And I looked on the internet, I saw where she's a vice president of Atmos Energy, the gas company, that I buy my gas from. That it was Atmos gas that comes through that Mugabe line that's put into my house. And I later wondered if the gas wasn't being taken underground, for this crime ring. Another thing I noticed here, see the cracks here, cracks there, and cracks here, and I even wonder if there wasn't even some kind of tunnel coming in right here between them two cracks. And you followed it up, and when it goes to the corner of this, the one thing I noticed about that chimney stack is that, see, it's real wide on the bottom and narrow at the top. And so there's a lot of room that a person could crawl up on one side of it. And that's what I'm looking for, because I've already figured out that the people coming into this attic come in from underground, and then they come up a modified wall. A normal wall doesn't have enough space to crawl into, so you have to find a wall that is has enough space. And that's what I was looking for. And that's not saying that's the wall, but it could be the wall. It could, especially bricked in, it's not like real easy for a homeowner to check, and so, you could see where that gives a possibility. But people get in the attic, it's not a what if, could be. I saw a young Hispanic guy in my attic. I was shot with burglar alarms going in the attic. It's just as sure as me having to pay a private investigator $2,000 to get 11 police identified 7 years later. It's just as sure as a sheriff candidate's telling me that Painter used to hang out in the underground homes here.